East region. Syracuse Syracuse at 31-2, getting more criticism than any 31-2 team I can remember, but it's a little understandable. They don't look great. They keep winning. It's a sign that the Big East wasn't nearly as good this year as people thought it was last year. It turned out it wasn't that good last year either. UConn won the tournament, but 9 of those 11 Big East teams were out in the first weekend. So Syracuse advances. Kansas State, I love Frank Martin. I love the way Kansas State plays. They play hard. They play aggressive. I think they'll beat Southern Miss.
I think Southern Miss might pull the upset for the sole fact they're a better free throw shooting team than Kansas State.
Yeah, if you can't shoot free throws, you lose those games. I don't even know that that's an upset, an 8-9 game with a couple, obviously, large teams. Vanderbilt will beat Harvard. Again, you beat Kentucky, you're going to beat Harvard. Here's my little crazy upset pick, because
Montana.
Sometimes it's so hard for Wisconsin to score. It's so hard to watch. And Montana plays D. And you stick in a team that's hard to score against a team that plays defense.
Name 2 players on Montana.
Oh, no, I can't. I saw them beat UCLA last year at Pauley, though. And it's largely the same team. And they shoot threes.
So you're picking Montana?
Yeah, I'm picking Montana.
Okay.
Yeah. You shoot threes and you play defense against a team like Wisconsin, you can win that game. So I'll take Montana.
Cincinnati, Texas?
Cincinnati and Texas, I look at Cincinnati, see another team that can't score, and Texas, may have the best wing player in the tournament in Brown and
Jacobin Brown.
And I think Texas can win that game.
Cincinnati.
I don't like teams that can't score unless you're a great defensive team, and I don't see that in Cincinnati. I just see a team that plays that banging style and then can't score.
Did you watch them in the Big East tournament at all?
Yeah, I did.
They were running a NBA offense, just simple drive and kick street ball.
Well, that's what Missouri does. They just do it incredibly well.
So you're picking Cincinnati or Texas?
So we got Texas. I'm picking Texas, and I'm picking Florida State over St. Bonaventure, although it's a great story there in St. Bonaventure.
Best name? The Bonnies?
Bonnies is a good name.
Bonnies and the Jackrabbits.
It's the hardest place, to get Pullman, Washington at Washington State, and St. Bonaventure. Those are like the 2 hardest trips to take in college basketball. It is hard to get there. Florida State will beat them. Gonzaga will beat West Virginia, just because West Virginia sometimes can't score.
West Virginia is playing in Pittsburgh. It's practically a home game. I'm probably going to take West Virginia.
Mark Few, I take the coaching. The coaching.
Bob Huggins.
I got you. Those are 2 great coaches. I'll be rooting for West Virginia. I love Bob Huggins. As soon as he bent down and whispered in that kid's ear when that kid hurt his knee a couple years ago in the tournament, and the guy was clearly badly injured, and it could affect his draft status. And Huggins was down there cradling him, I love Bob Huggins. He's clearly,
even though he doesn't graduate any players, you love Bob Huggins.
They're going to college. Who cares if you graduate? Peter Jennings didn't graduate from college. Okay, I rest my case. Find me an NCAA tournament show that talked about Peter Jennings. Go ahead. Find it. But I'll take Gonzaga in that game. I just don't think West Virginia has the power to win that game. Kevin Jones, a great, great player, but as Bob Huggins said, he's Kevin Jones and 4 freshmen who have no idea what they're doing. That was his assessment.
He didn't say that.
Yeah, essentially, that's what he said.
Essentially.
He meant it he was like, he's playing with a bunch of guys who don't know what they're doing yet. They're freshmen, so it's understandable. It's not like Pat Knight and Lamar, where he ripped the seniors. It's understandable when they're freshmen. Ohio State beats Loyola. We'll go back up. Ohio State beats Gonzaga or West Virginia. Ohio State's good. They don't, the problem this year was Ohio State couldn't hit the 3, which minimized Sullinger's effectiveness. But I just think they will. I just think that this is a veteran team that will rise to the occasion, and I think they'll play.
And their other problem was, and I mean, it's a trend, but if you get Sullinger in foul trouble, they suck.
Yeah, well,
William Buford can score. Aaron Craft's a very good defender, but if you get Sullinger in foul trouble, they have no one to go to.
He's the best on-ball defender in the country, I keep being told. But I like Ohio State. I like a veteran team. Look, these guys it's not like they had a bad year. They went 27-7. And we're co-champions of the Big East, Big Ten, whatever the hell they call that. Florida State beats Texas. We love Florida State.
Did you just say the Big East, Big Ten, whatever they call it?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Ohio State's in the Big Ten.
Florida State and Texas, I'll take Florida State, although, again, I think Brown gives Texas a chance. But, again, I don't think you lose 13 games by accident.
Florida State, by the way, Vanderbilt and Florida State, are they the 2 hottest, trendiest picks of the tournament?
I don't know. I mean, anytime you do well in your conference tournament from a big conference, you do surprisingly well, people are going to like you. But I don't. It's probably, but Vanderbilt is going against Harvard. People love to bet on Harvard. I'm curious how that'll turn out. I want to see how the line moves on Vanderbilt and Harvard. Anyway, so we got Florida State over Texas there. So Florida State and Ohio State. That's Ohio State into the Final Eight. I think Ohio State's going to make a serious run, as you will see. Syracuse beats Kansas State. Vanderbilt beats Montana. How about Vanderbilt if that works out and they get to play Harvard and Montana? That's a good way to get to the Sweet 16. Vanderbilt and Syracuse in the Sweet 16. Vanderbilt, Jenkins gets hot, and you can shoot over that Syracuse zone. You can do some damage.
And they're one of the. That's a very good point. Since they're playing a 2-3 zone, they're one of the best three-point shooting teams in the country.
But people always say that about Syracuse. And obviously, and that's how they lost in the Big East tournament. Whoever they lost to started 8 of 10. From I can't remember that game, but anyway, whoever they lost to went 8 of 10. I think they lost to Cincinnati. They didn't lose to Notre Dame. They lost to Cincinnati. Cincinnati beat Syracuse, and they shot 8 out of 10 from 3 to start the game. But Syracuse plays that 2-3 zone. It's not like they don't know that teams try to shoot over the zone. That's what happens. So Syracuse plays the best 2-3 zone in the country in general. I like Syracuse to win that game and face Ohio State in the East Regional Final, and I like Ohio State. I don't think Syracuse is an elite team at 31-2. That's just the eye test when you see them play. They don't seem like a team that went 31-2, but they did. But I like Ohio State. Ohio State in the Final Four from the East.